Welcome back. I'm Jackson Kurtz, and this is The Next. The first episode of our third semester is here. Some things have changed and some things have stayed the same. But hey, don't you worry, because we will still keep you updated with all trending topics and, of course, getting you ready for the weekend. It's lit! A month and 24 days have passed since the last time we were on air. And let me say, quite a lot has happened. So, in a nutshell, just in case you've been living under a rock, here's what you missed. By now, we're all fully aware that Donald Trump is president and he's not the biggest fan of the media. Hashtag free speech. But what was surprising were the celebrities that came to his side right after winning the election. First, we had Kanye West. But I mean, bruh, totally saw this one coming. The man made a song about himself, dissing himself, and how he misses himself. Very Donald Trump-esque. Then after Kanye, it was Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, the Family Feud host, the actor, comedian. I mean, I have this guy's book. I read it. You don't believe me? Here's a picture of me reading Steve Harvey's book. Jump. Plug. You're welcome, Steve. Then Trump had his inauguration. What did we learn? That George W. Bush does not know how to wear a poncho. We're all human. We all make mistakes. There's me again, but there's George. It's just fabulous. The Golden Globes happened. Meryl Streep gave a speech for the ages. And Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, said this.
I couldn't be here without Atlanta, and I really want to thank the Migos, not for being in the show, but for making Bad and Bougie. That's the best song ever.
Please stop what you're doing, even if that means watching the show, and go and download Bad and Bougie by Migos. It will change your life. Then finally, we lost some legendary Hollywood stars. From musician George Michael to actress Debbie Reynolds and her daughter Carrie Fisher, 2016 took our hearts and threw them to the curve. Well, now that we're all caught up, let's move into some breaking stories here in Lawrence happening this week. Accusations of rape in McCarthy Hall has put some basketball players in hot water. Chloe Cohart has more on the story.
Last month, a rape was reported at McCarthy Hall. A month later, residents are still waiting to be notified about the alleged crime, which took place within their own halls. Many residents were gone for winter break by December 17th during the time of the alleged incident.
Award season is in full swing. The 2017 Academy Awards nominations were announced earlier this week, with adding more diverse members, 46% being female and 41% being people of color. This year's Oscar nominations is one of the most diverse ever. Actress Viola Davis is the first black woman to receive 3 nominations with her role in the film Fences. Best Picture highlights a variety of films such as Lion, Chickasaw Ridge, Manchester by the Sea, and frontrunners Moonlight and La La Land, who both have the most nominations with a combined 22. The 89th Oscars will air on February 2017. Actor, artist, and meme Shia LaBeouf was arrested earlier Thursday morning in front of his political protest live stream. A man showed up at the New York location and apparently said something that upset Shiloh. Attempting to run after the protesters, LaBeouf grabbed the man's scarf and allegedly scratched the man's face. Nearby officials arrested LaBeouf, who was charged with a misdemeanor, assault, and harassment, who has since been released. LaBeouf launched his 4-year protest after Trump's inauguration outside the Museum of Moving Images in Queen. The installation is titled, "He Will Not Divide Us." Well, spring sports are underway here on our spring semester. Claudia, how are KU athletics looking? It's been kind of a tough week for KU athletics.
Yeah, well, coming off the loss on Tuesday against West Virginia, we go into a tough matchup tomorrow with Kentucky. The track team is currently competing at their meet today. We'll have more for you after the break.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed our own.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
My youngest, Addie, was 2.5. She was diagnosed with leukemia. The doctor stopped by and said, well, it is leukemia. And then the next thing she said without even missing a beat was, and here's what we're going to do. We are so blessed and lucky to say that she is extremely healthy. I could not be more grateful for groups like the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. It was that research that let that doctor say it's leukemia, and here's what we're going to do.
Well, what a week it has been for KU basketball. Let's rewind to Tuesday, shall we? First off, an 85-69 loss to 18th ranked West Virginia gave the team their first loss since, well, the first game of the season. The Mountaineers came out hyped and ready to play, which was obvious. Issa Assad with a huge dunk right there. Josh Jackson fouled out with just 2 minutes left after contributing 22 points. Devontae Graham put up 17 points and Frank Mason had 15 points, but this still leaves Frank winless in Morgantown. He tweeted a nice and polite response to the game, but let's be real, Frank Mason will not go out without a win against them this year, especially at home. We already knew this was going to be a tough week for the Jayhawks, but on top of that, 5 of the players were identified as witnesses in an ongoing rape investigation at McCarthy Hall. And additionally, we found out last night that Carlton Bragg has been suspended indefinitely for violating team rules. However, his suspension is not in connection with the rape investigation. This does leave KU down a big man, which will force head coach Bill Self to rely a little bit not only on Landon Lucas Moore, but also on Mitch Lightfoot and Dwight Colby. Hopefully we'll see a good outcome against Kentucky tomorrow because Kentucky leads the all-time series 22-7. KU's win last year ended a 3-game winning streak by the Wildcats, and looking at the college game day matchup, Frank Mason is averaging 20.1 points per game and leads the Big 12 in three-point field goal percentage at 52.8%. Kentucky's freshman Malik Monk leads Kentucky in scoring at 21.9 points per game, is 14th in the nation, and is shooting 82.9% from the free throw line. In his weekly press conference, head coach Bill Self said it will be difficult to guard Monk, but that they need to do something both athletically and physically to stop Kentucky from playing at such a high level offensively. The game will be on ESPN at 5:15 tomorrow night. Something else caused a bit of a stir in the KU athletics world when a football recruit verbally committed to Kansas. A safety from Boise State University, Darion Jackson, served a 6-month suspension in May of 2016 after his alleged involvement in a sexual assault case. He then transferred to Coffeyville Community College to play the 2016-2017 season. KU head coach David Beatty said KU is no longer interested in recruiting Jackson. Signing day is next Wednesday and will be broadcast live through KUJH-TV network and nationally on ESPN3. The Jayhawk Classic began yesterday afternoon and has been in full swing today. Freshman Denzel Harper won the long jump with a season best record. Morgan Griffiths and Talia Marquez sit 2nd and 5th respectively in the pentathlon. From the hurdles to the heptathlon, the results are being updated live on Twitter and broadcast on Facebook Live. And obviously, the weather is cold enough for the track to be inside, but Warren, can you tell us what's going on outside?
Of course. As we head into tonight, well, we are seeing temperatures pretty chilly today. They were in the upper 30s. We did see the sun peek out a little, so that was nice. But as we head into tonight, we are expecting a low right around 26 degrees. If you have some plans tonight, well, let's go this way. If you have some plans tonight, especially for dinner, got a hot date on the town, right around dinner time, when that sun heads down, it's going to be right around 35 degrees. But as you head into tonight, if most of you are going out, probably to the library, we are expecting temperatures to dip right below freezing as you're heading out. And then on the way home, we are expecting temperatures to be in the upper 20s. And as we head into tomorrow, we are expecting an afternoon high right around 42 degrees with partly cloudy skies and winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow, as we head out to Lexington, Kentucky, where the big game is happening with the Jayhawks and the Wildcats, not that the weather is going to affect the game much, but 38 degrees, a little chillier than Lawrence tomorrow. And as we head into our 5-day forecast this weekend, not so much going on. Right around the mid-40s, mid to low 40s, mostly sunny skies, And then as we look into the early part of next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the low 50s and finishing out with the upper 40s. And we will be back right after the break.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me? I'm Jennie Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Driving under the influence is never a good idea, but driving while singing is always a good idea. Host James Gordon of The Late Late Show showed us what that looked like with his Carpool Karaoke. Here at KU, we also have our edition of Carpool Karaoke, but with KU Carpool Karaoke, with special guest KU Student Body President Stefan Alcorn.
What's going on? What's going on, dude? Let's listen to some jams here,
Alright,
shall we? Here we you pick a song.
I picked a song?
Yeah, we'll go my greatest hits. Greatest hits. You can just pick it.
Like we always do with this time, I'll go for mine. I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I go for mine. I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I'ma get on this TV, mama. I'ma push it down. Hey, 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 hey. I'm good life. Gonna get bored of the NNUV for the good life. Let's go on a shopping spree. They say the best things in life are free. The good life. It feel like Atlanta. It feel like Miami. It feel like Miami. It feel like NY. Summertime shine. So I rode through good. Then I broke the trunk. Y'all popped the hood. Ferrari. And she got the goods. And she got the. I got the look.
Sorry. Cause I was Jesus could be. Cause I'm seasoned. Haters give me them salty looks. Lowry's come to tell me go ahead, put the style up and get the fucking money, bro. Watch the money pile up.
Go for mine. I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky.
Oh, can't turn it. I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Closing the campus off for the drive. Well, yeah, the president's the third term being a student senate. What's that been like?
So I'd say I joined Student Senate my freshman year once I'm done here,
Thanks to Stefan for taking the time out of his day to come sing with me because we cannot sing at all. All week long, members of Watkins Health Center have been informing students about the dangers of alcohol and drugs. This effort is part of the National Drug and Alcohol Facts Week. This is the first year KU has participated in the event.
On Monday and Wednesday, we did tabling activities both at the Union and here at Watkins, and we passed out standard drink cups and little fact sheets about myths about drug use, specifically alcohol, marijuana, and other drug use.
The National College Health Assessment showed a 2% drop in alcohol and marijuana usage in the KU students from 2013 to 2015. It's a new semester, so that means there are many new and exciting things to explore around Lawrence and Kansas City. Let's see what the weekend has to offer. If you're feeling artsy, check out The Art of Conversation, Langston's Lawrence, a new short film about the life of Langston Hughes in Lawrence. The film starts at 6 p.m., followed by a panel discussion with Hughes scholars discussing his work and legacy. The event is free at the Watkins Museum of History on Massachusetts Street. Although the men's basketball team will be playing Kentucky tomorrow down in Lexington, be sure to check out the women's basketball team to continue Big 12 play against Texas Tech at the Allen Fieldhouse. The game is Saturday at 11 and free for students. On Sunday, see the popular Russian National Ballet Theater present Swan Lake, great movie, at the Lead Center. The show tells the story of a princess turned to a swan by an evil curse. Tickets range from $25 to $40 and are available online or at the box office. The show starts at 2 p.m. Tomorrow night is a celebration of the Chinese New Year. Here's all you need to know about the event.
Chinese New Year is like an opportunity for people to come back to their family, to be together, share their stories throughout the year. It's kind of like Thanksgiving. Our organization has been on campus for almost 30 years. We have been celebrating every year. We have one this Saturday at the Lee Center. Starts at 7 p.m. We have like activities or like New Year's activities in the main lobby from 4 to 6 p.m. And we will provide free sushi from Nagoya Japanese cuisine. And also there will be discount from the House of Cha. They will be selling bubble tea there. And after the show, we'll have free food from Chinese restaurant.
The night of festivities is free and open to the public. Coming up next on our favorite segment, What Went Viral, the Lawrence Police Department continues delivering fire tweets. And then catch us outside after the break.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere will bring us wireless emergency alerts. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Let me ask you a question. When you think of the American Legion, what comes to mind? Is it our volunteer programs that let wounded veterans know they're not forgotten?
I'm here to make sure our heroes know their sacrifice is not forgotten. I am the American Legion.
For nearly 100 years, the American Legion has been our nation's leading advocate for veterans and their families.
I am the American Legion.
This is today's American Legion.
To learn more, visit legion.org.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Welcome back to one of our most popular segments, What Went Viral. This is when we go back and see what were the most #trending topics on the web. First up this week, we had the biggest news for nerds since Mark Hamill voiced over Trump's tweets with his Joker voice. Drum roll, please. The new title of the Star Wars Episode 8 is The Last Jedi. So many questions. Who is the Last Jedi? Is the Last Jedi singular, plural? Who is Rey's father? And then it occurred. You put the last Star Wars movie title together with this one, The Force Awakens The Last Jedi. Amazing. The Lawrence Police Department made headlines on Twitter after tweeting out a picture of a new Tostitos bag that acts as a breathalyzer. The tweet read, "If you have to blow into a Tostitos bag to know if you're intoxicated, for the love of all that is holy, do not drive." Whoever runs their Twitter account has some serious PR skills. But on this one, they might have gotten confused with the other under the influence, you know, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, Willie Nelson. They know what I'm talking about. In 2016, we had our fair share of viral videos that captured the hearts of millions. In 2017, we have finally gotten our first one. Now, before we play the video, just keep in mind that this is real.
Because you're too streetwise?
Yup. And all these hoes laughing like something funny.
She's talking about the audience, that they're laughing at her.
Did you say the hoes are laughing?
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes?
Yep.
Folks, this is what happens when your main news outlets are World Star Official and World Star Hip Hop. And wait, it gets worse.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside, how about that?
Catch you outside? What does that mean?
What I just said.
Catch me outside, how about that? What I just said. I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, aside from the fact that this young woman is exploiting a black female stereotype, but that her mom is sitting there hearing all this, all I know is that if I ever said that to my mom, she would go straight up Sharon Snow in the movie Casino on me. I mean, have you seen that, folks? If you haven't, go Google that, because was scary. You don't want to have that happen to you. Anyway, I wish her well. Television icon Mary Tyler Moore passed away at the age of 80. Moore left a legacy like none other.
For decades, Mary Tyler Moore turned the world on with her smile. In the 1950s, she was a dancing elf in TV commercials. She landed her big break playing opposite Dick Van Dyke in The Dick Van Dyke Show. Her role as Laura Petrie won her first 2 Emmys and earned her the moniker of America's Sweetheart as her career skyrocketed.
Mary Tyler Moore, the Academy Award nominee and 7-time Emmy Award winner, and Dick Van Dyke, the winner of 5 Emmys and a Tony. They starred in one of the most celebrated TV shows in television history.
But it was her turn as a single 30-something career woman at a Minneapolis TV news station in the Mary Tyler Moore Show that really set her apart. The series was hailed by feminists and fans alike as the first modern woman's sitcom.
Station manager ought to trust my judgment. I mean, I am the associate producer on the show.
Off-screen, Moore had her share of struggles. The actress battled with alcoholism, and her only child, a son, accidentally shot and killed himself while handling a shotgun. A year later, she divorced her second husband. She eventually found lasting love with her third husband, whom she was married to for 33 years at the time of her death. She also became an advocate for juvenile diabetes research after she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in her 30s.
She certainly had the requisite line of a comic star suffering, and through all of that, at the worst times, she was able to come out, slap on the makeup, and make people laugh.
She will be missed. Well, that's all for us here at The Next. For Claudia Klaus, I'm Jackson Kurtz. We will see you here back next week. Have a great weekend.